Get ready because the news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and you're about to get the absolute latest, hottest updates you need to know. We're diving headfirst into a world of cutting-edge tech and fascinating developments that are shaping our future right now. From the powerhouse devices in your pocket to the very apps you rely on, nothing stays the same for long. You won't want to miss a single second of this. So buckle up, because Google Trends Hub is bringing you the essential information, served with maximum energy and zero delay. Let's go! Today, we're kicking things off with a deep dive into the latest Google Pixel, uncovering a surprising decision about its memory that could impact your daily use. Next up, we're tackling a design shakeup that's causing a stir. Google's Clock app has been given a makeover, but it seems not everyone is a fan. We've got the inside scoop on the glitches and frustrations users are experiencing with this expressive new look. Then, we're shifting gears to the iconic world of Android. Google's tradition of celebrating major OS releases with unique statues continues, and this year's Android 16 creation is a vibrant nod to its core design philosophy. We'll show you what's new with the latest bot. And finally, we're heading into the smart home. Google is rolling out some significant upgrades to the Google Home app, promising better performance and an improved experience for Nest camera and doorbell users. Get ready for a rundown of these essential new features. Don't go anywhere. And after we break all this down, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Pixel Power Play, unlocking Google's memory strategy. What's inside your phone might be more than you think. Google's latest Pixel devices are pushing the boundaries of AI, but a deliberate move with its RAM allocation is raising eyebrows and sparking debate. In the ever-evolving landscape of smartphone technology, the demand for seamless, instant AI integration is skyrocketing. As artificial intelligence becomes more deeply woven into our daily digital interactions, the underlying hardware and software need to adapt. Google's new Pixel 10 series is a prime example of this shift, packing impressive AI capabilities that promise to redefine user experience. However, this leap forward comes with a significant decision. Google has chosen to allocate a substantial portion of the Pixel 10's RAM exclusively for its AI functions, a move that diverges from its previous strategy and has generated considerable discussion among tech enthusiasts and everyday users alike. Historically, smartphones have operated on a relatively straightforward principle regarding RAM. When you launch an application, the system rapidly retrieves it from storage and loads it into the device's random access memory, or RAM, making it available for use. While standard apps typically require a few hundred megabytes of RAM, modern AI models are considerably more demanding, often consuming several gigabytes. To ensure these AI features are responsive and feel instantaneous, a common practice is to keep the AI models preloaded and resident in RAM. This approach, while enhancing AI performance, inevitably reduces the amount of RAM available for other applications and games. Google's approach with previous Pixel generations highlighted this trade-off. The Pixel 9 lineup, for instance, saw the standard 12 GB models leave all RAM accessible for apps, with the AI model only loading when actively needed. In contrast, the 16 GB Pixel 9 Pro models reserved approximately 3 GB of RAM for AI, ensuring constant availability and quicker access to intelligent features. This distinction meant that power users who heavily utilized AI could enjoy a more fluid experience on the Pro models, while standard users might not have noticed the difference unless they were pushing the phone's multitasking capabilities. The Pixel 10, however, marks a significant strategic shift. Both the standard and Pro models now partition around 3 GB of RAM specifically for AI operations. This means that regardless of whether you opt for the standard or the higher-end version, a portion of your device's memory is permanently dedicated to powering Google's advanced AI features, such as real-time voice translation, automated call transcriptions, and the Pixel Journal. This decision ensures that these AI tools are as responsive and seamless as possible, mirroring the performance users expect from the Pro-tier devices in previous years. The implications of this memory reservation are clear. While the AI experience is streamlined and consistently quick, the available RAM for apps and games is reduced. For the average user, the remaining RAM, typically around 8 GB on the standard Pixel 10, should still be ample for juggling multiple applications, browsing the web, and even running a few games without encountering significant performance issues. However, users who engage in heavy multitasking or frequently run memory-intensive applications might find the reduced available RAM to be a limiting factor. Furthermore, individuals who rarely utilize Google's suite of AI features might perceive the permanently allocated 3 GB of RAM as underutilized potential, a dedicated chunk of memory sitting idle. This move by Google underscores its commitment to making AI a central, seamless component of the Pixel experience. By ensuring the AI models are always ready, Google aims to deliver a consistently high-performing and intelligent device. The success of this strategy will ultimately depend on how users perceive the balance between AI responsiveness and the availability of memory for their other digital activities. But is this memory allocation the only big change users are talking about? We're diving into another Google app that's getting a flashy, but perhaps flawed, redesign. Clock Chaos, Google's expressive redesign backfires. Google's attempt to inject personality into its Clock app has led to widespread user frustration, with many reporting a jarring and unstable experience. In a move that was intended to be a simple, albeit expressive, style update, Google's Clock application has inadvertently become a source of significant user discontent. The redesigned interface, which aims to bring a more dynamic and modern aesthetic to a fundamental utility, has instead been met with a barrage of complaints across popular online forums and social media platforms. Users are reporting a range of issues, from visual glitches and performance hiccups to fundamental usability problems, suggesting that the update may have been released before it was fully ready for prime time. The most prevalent complaint centers around a visual instability within the app, particularly noticeable in the world clock and stopwatch features. On platforms like Reddit, users have shared videos and descriptions detailing how the displayed time appears to jitter or flicker with each passing second. This is often accompanied by the font resizing dynamically and the lower UI elements shifting in response to the changing digits. One widely upvoted comment on the Google Pixel subreddit humorously described the effect as being so bad it's funny, highlighting the jarring nature of the visual anomaly. This instability is not isolated. Similar observations have been made on other communities, such as Nothing Tech, where users have documented the stopwatch display appearing to waver horizontally as the numbers increment. This effect, exacerbated by variable width fonts, creates an impression of an unstable display, which is counterproductive when users need to focus on precise timing. Adding to the user frustration is the impact of the redesigned app's layout. The new, larger design elements sometimes fail to fit within the standard screen real estate, forcing users to scroll to access all the available controls. This is particularly evident in the stopwatch function, where essential buttons might be partially obscured, requiring an awkward swipe to interact with. Furthermore, some users have reported that enabling system-wide bold text, a common accessibility feature, only intensifies these display issues. In some instances, the word stopwatch itself has been split across two lines due to the oversized font, with the latter half of the word appearing on a new line, breaking the intended visual flow and readability. What makes these issues particularly galling for users is the inconsistency with which they manifest. The problems seem to vary depending on factors such as screen size, chosen font styles, and other system-level settings. While this variability might suggest a complex interaction of software and hardware, the core expectation is that Google's default applications should offer a robust and consistent experience across a wide range of user configurations. The current state of the Clock app redesign suggests a lack of thorough testing in diverse environments, leading to a perception of a half-baked product. In response to the growing number of complaints, the primary advice circulating on Google's official support forums is to submit feedback and patiently await a potential patch or update. This passive approach leaves users in limbo, experiencing a degraded experience with a core application. The situation highlights a critical need for more rigorous quality assurance and user testing before such significant visual and functional overhauls are rolled out to the public, especially for apps that are used daily by millions. While the Clock app's new look is causing a stir, Google is also busy celebrating its operating system's evolution. We're taking a look at the latest Android statue, a colorful creation that reflects the OS's design direction. Android's artistic evolution, the bot takes a spin. Google continues its tradition of creating unique statues to mark major Android OS releases, with the latest design for Android 16 embracing the platform's expressive theme. For years, Google has established a charming tradition of commemorating the launch of each major Android operating system version with a distinctive statue of its beloved mascot, the bot. These statues serve not only as visual markers of progress, but also as creative interpretations of the OS's underlying themes or codenames. Following the stable release of Android 16 in June, the tech world has been eagerly anticipating the reveal of this year's Android mascot monument. Google has now unveiled the latest iteration of the bot, showcasing a design that reflects the evolving aesthetic and functional principles of the Android ecosystem. Google's past statue designs have offered clever nods to the specific characteristics of each Android version. For instance, the statue for Android 14, codenamed Upside Down Cake, depicted the bot performing a handstand, directly referencing its playful codename. Similarly, the Android 15 statue, inspired by the Vanilla Ice Cream codename, featured the bot in a more relaxed pose, seated on a bench with an ice cream cone, a direct visual representation of the dessert-themed moniker. These past designs demonstrated Google's penchant for thematic continuity, linking the physical representation to the software's identity in a memorable way. This year, however, Google has opted for a different approach with the Android 16 statue. Breaking from the pattern of referencing dessert codenames, the new design draws inspiration directly from Android 16's core design philosophy: material use, expressive, theme. This theme emphasizes personalization, dynamic color adaptation, and fluid motion within the user interface, aiming to create a more personal and engaging user experience. The statue embodies this by eschewing a literal codename reference in favor of a visual representation of the OS's design language. Shared via social media post by Sing Chua from Google, the Android 16 statue features the bot seated atop a vibrant, small, purple merry-go-round. What makes this merry-go-round particularly noteworthy is its design. The seats are intricately shaped to mimic the dynamic and fluid forms characteristic of Material 3's expressive design elements. These shapes are often seen in UI components that respond to user interaction, change color based on context, or animate in fluid ways. The merry-go-round itself appears sized to comfortably accommodate a small group, symbolizing perhaps the collaborative or community aspect of software development or user interaction. The shift from codename-based designs to a theme-based representation for Android 16's statue signifies a potential evolution in how Google chooses to visually communicate the essence of its operating system. It highlights the increasing importance of design language and user experience principles in the modern software landscape. The expressive theme itself suggests a move towards more personalized and dynamic digital environments, and the statue's playful, colorful, and motion-inspired design serves as a fitting tribute to this direction. While the Android mascot gets a new look, Google is also addressing user feedback on another key application. We're now turning our attention to the Google Home app and a series of updates aimed at improving your smart home experience. Google Home Overhaul: 5 upgrades for smoother smart living. Amidst a wave of user complaints, Google is rolling out significant improvements to the Google Home app, enhancing performance and usability for Nest camera and doorbell owners. The Google Home ecosystem, while offering convenience and connectivity, has recently been the subject of increased user scrutiny due to reported bugs and performance issues with its associated devices and applications. In response to this growing chorus of feedback, Google has acknowledged the concerns and is now implementing a series of substantial upgrades to the Google Home app, available for both Android and iOS users. These updates are specifically targeted at enhancing the experience for those who utilize Nest cameras and doorbells, aiming to restore reliability and improve overall functionality. A recent post on the Google Nest community message boards from a member of the Nest team offered a glimpse into these upcoming improvements, implicitly addressing the user complaints. The message conveyed gratitude for user input, stating, "While we may not always hit the mark, we remain committed to listening to our users and building intuitive, reliable, and high-performing camera features for your home." This statement suggests a renewed focus on user satisfaction and a commitment to refining the smart home experience. For users of Nest cameras and doorbells, 5 key upgrades are set to enhance daily interaction with the app. Firstly, camera previews will now display a cached image from a previous live view. While this might mean the preview is a moment out of date, it significantly aids in quickly identifying different cameras within the app, especially for users managing multiple devices. Secondly, gestures within the app have been streamlined for easier navigation. Users can now switch between the timeline and events views with a single swipe, and expanding collapsing live views, as well as dismissing camera feeds, are all consolidated into simple swipe actions, making the app more intuitive to operate. Thirdly, notification previews are receiving a notable upgrade. On both Android and iOS, users will soon see a static thumbnail alongside a larger animated preview in notifications. This enhancement aims to provide a clearer understanding of an alert's content without requiring the user to open the Google Home app, saving time and streamlining the notification process. Fourthly, Google asserts that the app will be more effective at reporting the online or offline status of cameras, ensuring users are always aware of their device's connectivity. Coupled with this, under-the-hood optimizations are expected to boost live streaming performance, reducing latency and minimizing instances of no video available errors. Finally, the fifth major area of improvement focuses on stream recovery and overall stability. Further refinements are being made to reduce latency, decrease the occurrence of errors when retrieving video streams, and ensure that camera feeds can be quickly re-established after a temporary disconnection, such as when a device is powered off and then back on. These updates build upon previous enhancements, including improved video clarity, a more fluid timeline experience, and a quick seek feature for navigating video clips. The timing of these software improvements coincides with recent leaks suggesting the development of 4 new Nest devices. Despite earlier perceptions, these updates and potential new hardware indicate that Google remains invested in its smart home offerings, working to address user concerns and deliver a more robust and reliable ecosystem. That wraps up our look at the latest Google Home app updates. Now, let's quickly recap all the top stories we've covered today. And that's a wrap on today's essential updates. We saw Google reserving RAM for AI on the new Pixel 10, leading to mixed reactions. The Clock app's expressive redesign is proving problematic for many users, causing visual glitches and usability issues. Google unveiled its unique Android 16 statue, this time celebrating the OS's expressive design theme. And finally, Google is pushing out 5 key upgrades to the Google Home app to improve performance and user experience for Nest devices. Did any of these stories catch your eye? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve with the latest tech news and trends, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Google Trends Hub for more, smash that notification bell, and follow us on all our social channels so you don't miss a single update. We'll see you in the next one.